All right, y'all. First and foremost, give all praise and honor and glory to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and his son, the Hamashiach, who some call Yahweh Shai, Yeshua, Yehoshua, mostly known as Jesus Christ. All right. Guerilla Hebrew puts $1,000 on any new covenant believer's head. Not any, though. Not any. Not any, but one of prominence. One who has built up a name for himself within Israel and not getting it. Javante Davis ain't getting into the ring with anybody. All right, it has to be, it's just going to be a pay per view event. It has to be someone of some stature, of some reverence, of some respect, someone that's highly esteemed within Israel. $1,000 on anybody's head. Really not anybody, but anybody's head who believes that we're in the new covenant. Let's see this. Let's see this warning. Well, it's not a warning, but it's a what would we call this? I guess a most wanted. Wanted. Anybody dealing with that new covenant, you have some prominence within Israel. $1,000. It got a ban.
We get ready to get off into this new covenant now, right? Because this is what this is. This is the new covenant breakdown. Now, I'm getting ready to go over some things. I'm going to get deep off into this breakdown through the Spirit. I'm going to talk about what led us here also, because that's important. But also,
I'm going to get to this breakdown through the Spirit.
I'm going to say this before we even get, I'm not going to make y'all wait for this part. After I present our case for why we believe we are in the new covenant through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Through the Spirit and the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
We're putting out an open challenge.
That's the word. Open challenge. He's putting out an open challenge. All right. Before he get to this thing through the Spirit. And I'm saying this for a reason. I'm saying all of that for a reason. Write that down, through the Spirit.
To anybody who's credible, of a high reputation and status in the Israelite community, we got $1,000 for you to debate against our stance on this. We got 1,000, right?
You ain't got to win the debate. You just got to debate it. You just got to debate it. Just give your stance on it. You know, if you going into, and this is what I always last time, Deacon got me into a situation with them. I did a video and I shared it online. It was a clip from Sakari. And Deacon got, hey man, you wanna have a discussion? I forget, it was salvation for Gentiles. And we had the discussion. It's supposed to have been a discussion, but I'm like, yeah, I'll discuss it. Let's do it. Y'all, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And we had that discussion from like 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the morning. And they got into a whole bunch of other stuff that we definitely didn't agree on. Just a lot of foundational stuff that you can't have some of these dialogues without first establishing what is salvation. We can have, what do we do? Who is salvation for? But we can say that we don't even agree what salvation is. We hadn't even got to that point. A lot of times we be skipping steps within these things. And I think too, with the new covenant, I think the covenant has to be established first. Before you even have that debate, well, what is the new covenant? What is it in its totality? What is it? And then, if y'all agree on that, then you can have the debate. But yeah, last time I had that, I had a brother say, there was another brother I was saying something to on Facebook or something. He was like, I know you ain't talking the way you got Molly whopped over there on Sakari last night. And then I had told him, I was like, you can't, because matter of fact, the brother's from my hometown, shouts out to that brother, Art Kanal. Brother does music in Israel. We from the same area. And I was like, brother, if I'm a Georgia fan, if I'm a Falcon fan, I understand that when I go to the Silver Dome or the Super whatever that Silver Dome Superdome, if I go down there to New Orleans into their dome, I expect to get booed. There ain't no if, ands, or buts about it. I don't expect for people to be clapping and cheering while we playing that game. And that's how you have to, come into this thing when you going into certain situations, you going into certain and this is why he needs someone that's on that particular level, where that chat can be a little more balanced. Um but again, if you going in there, you going into enemy territory. Not that this brother's your enemy, but you're gonna be down there, uh, you know, against with the wolves now. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta just endure that thing through the spirit. Yeah, through the spirit. You gotta get in that furnace through the spirit. Um, and endure those things and have that conversation. It's just a dialogue. Just give your premise. He's gonna give his premise. You give your premise.
I want to debate on a new covenant, and I got $1,000 for whoever wants to step up to the challenge and debate if we're in the new covenant. Because I say we're not. And I got a rack for anybody who says otherwise, who has a name, stature, not just anybody can come get 1,000.
Not just anybody. You got to have a name. You got to have a name. Y'all done bought this microphone. This little Timu. I let these jokers juice me into buying this little Timu sound kit set up, man. And it's trash. I'm gonna have to spend some money, and you get what you pay for, man. Every now and then you can get over on Temu, man. You may find something of some significance, of some quality. Um, but the microphones is, if you don't have one, it's cool. But the microphone I have, I know it sounds better, but it just don't have a soundboard. Um, and I can't program these sounds, so I'll be getting some. Y'all willing through the spirit.
Don't get it twisted. I'll offer $1,000 to anybody of prominence who's willing to debate the new covenant with me. I got 1,000 for you.
Woo! Woo! It sound good. Boy, that 1,000 sound good. And listen, I'm one of that, of the understanding that we're in a new covenant. I used to be somebody that was kind of on the fence, like, yeah, but now I just got to deal with what the text say. This is the blood of the new covenant. This is the blood of the new covenant. All right. And so, and that's why I was saying about that through the spirit, some of that language, some of that's new covenant language. That is not you. That is the spirit that's doing it within you. Hold on. Hold on. It ain't you, it's the spirit that's doing. That's new covenant language. For me, you talking about the new covenant. Man, we ain't none of the judgment. We can't judge them no more, and we can't do the, we under grace. That's new covenant language, sir. Yeah. That's new covenant language. Right? Christ is my high priest. Order of Melchizedek. That's new covenant language to me, sir. That's the new covenant. Like, there ain't nowhere in the text where it says that a priest would be from the line of Judah. We have a high priest, a better high priest in a heavenly tabernacle. That's new covenant language to me. But if you limit the new covenant to just Jeremiah 31, then, and that's all you're saying the new covenant is, then you got an argument. But then you can't come back and say, and oh, well, we ain't got to do the sacrifices. And, we can atone without the blood of goats and lambs. You know, you can't say that. You can't say, oh well, we don't have to do the sacrifice no more. And I know this brother doesn't believe that. This brother does believe that we should still be sacrificing, that the sacrifices aren't done away with. And he used Acts 21 to substantiate this with the Nazareth vow. And I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. The Nazareth vow, you look at that vow. That vow is a sin offering. All right, that vow, that offering, is a sin offering. So if you take that route, you're saying that we still should offer the blood of animals for sin offerings, which means, what does that mean? Well, I'm gonna let you understand. I ain't trying to tell you what it means, but what would you say that means to the blood of Christ? Like was it sufficient enough or not? Or la? You know. But yeah, man, $1,000. Let me run that back, man, because that thing sounded tempting. 1,000. Man, y'all don't even
Of
know.
prominence, who's willing to debate the new covenant with me? I got 1,000 for you.
You got a band. Come on, man.
Right, and we'll talk about the particulars on the back end.
And this, the particulars on the back end, it might be you might get some pay-per-view points. You might get some pay-per-view points on that thing, man, if you get enough people involved. But it gotta be somebody of some prominence in order to get that thing going, man. Bam. And I just dropped my car, man, yesterday, y'all, and keep me in prayer. Dropped my car off at the dealership, man. And I'm somewhat a mechanic. I'm something like a mechanic. All right. I can watch a YouTube video and do pretty much anything. I have that kind of faith in me in 30 minutes on a YouTube video. But I've been working on cars for the last 20 years. Not somewhat as a side hustle, but never professionally in somebody's shop. But I was changing oils for folks at the job and stuff like that, and doing tune-ups for folks and brakes and simple stuff like the starters, alternators, water pumps, thermostats, little simple stuff, and heavier stuff for myself, head gaskets and anyway. But for me to, I had to take it to the dealership. I just couldn't figure it out. I wasn't finna just keep throwing money at certain stuff. And when you take your car to the dealership, man, it's like going to a Diddy party, man. Oh man, it's like going to a Diddy party, man. Them folks can do anything to you, man. So now I'm just waiting for them to call me tomorrow, man. Y'all willing to call me tomorrow? And give me some news, man, and tell me what it's gonna take, man. Take that. Let me let this thing play.
But I got 1,000 for you.
But that 1,000 sounding good though. Wow.
Right? All praise to the Most High. Ema says, your position is you are currently in the new covenant. No, my position is the contrary to that. My position is we are currently not in the new covenant.
All right.
WDSU first warning weather, and there is a ton going on. You can see outside just a few clouds. It's a little.
Hold on. He gonna find somebody. He gonna find him somebody. $1,000. Who don't want that? Pay-per-view. I throw $15 at it. I throw 15 at it. With my current situation, the way things going for me right now, I can give you 15. If I get some good news tomorrow, maybe 20. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, through the spirit and having certain language like that and understanding, and saying that we don't have to do certain things no more because of what? Why are you saying we don't? Why are you saying we don't have to sacrifice no more? Why are you saying that? And then you know what else too? My brother um feels some kind of way about the book of Hebrews, where a lot of the new covenant language is being spoken. So, that's another thing. It's like how you have that debate, how you have a debate on the new covenant without Hebrews. Uh, how you do that? How you do that? Um, so when you're saying certain things, like through the spirit, and you're saying that the spirit is powering you to do something, that it's not you, it's through the spirit that you're able to do these things, that's the strength, giving you the strength and giving you the zeal to do certain things. And that, for me, that's new covenant language. When you're saying, excuse me, when you're saying that we don't have to sacrifice, when you're saying we don't have to stone people no more for certain judgments. And I get it, we ain't in the land. Um but you'll still, even if, let's say we were in the land. Let's say you were inside of Israel. Let's say you were in a place that you call the land, and would you do it? Would you stone people? And could you recover from that? If you didn't stone somebody, like the old covenant said, if you committed adultery, that you were to be killed. If you were, you know, at the Diddy parties, you were to be killed. So for me, that means you don't get in. You're not getting in nowhere. You're not. If let me just end it like this. If you feel Christ died to atone for my sins. That's new covenant language. For me, that's new covenant language. And that's why I'm saying again, if you're limiting it to Jeremiah 31, then that's a different debate. And I think whoever he does this debate with, that needs to be established first. What is the new covenant? What is it completely in its entirety? What is it? Or is it just Jeremiah 31? And if you're gonna just argue from Jeremiah 31, you still got some places that you can get it in at. Because that's not new language. That language of having the law in your heart and binding it on your mind, that language is in the text. And there was a way that you were expected to do that before Jeremiah 31:31. And we can glean from there what it may look like in the new covenant. All right. But anyway, I'm sure brothers finna be in the comments. Brother, we in the old covenant still, brother. We ain't got there. We ain't, we still getting punished. We in our captivity. We ain't. And I think some of that language too was spoken. Some of this stuff was going in Deacon's debate with the rabbi, when he was talking about, he was trying to use or correlate like David, becoming king at 14, 15, but really didn't sit on the throne to a later time, but he was king during this particular time. And I'm saying there's some gray area there, but it's like, for me, once he says I shed that blood for the New Testament, this is the New Testament, and that's signed, sealed, delivered for me. That's just for me. But I'm nobody. I'm a lowly vessel, very lowly vessel. Matter of fact, last time we had that discussion together, he said, Not him. It was the other brother, man. What's that brother name, man? I want to say Aria or Aria, something like that. Aria. I think it's Aria. The brother who has the and that brother has uh he has like a KJV Bible. Like he has his own, he has a text. Um a Hebrew Bible, Paleo Hebrew Bible that he's, done some work and put together. But anyway, the brother called me a humble bug out. He said, "Man, you know what? He a bug out, but he a humble bug out, man. He was humble. I like the brother. I like that bug out. But man, I pray this thing was edifying. Y'all be blessed, man. We'll see y'all on the next one. $1,000 on any of you jokers' head thinking about that new covenant, man. We'll see y'all on the next one. Shalom.